let's talk about definition of success. With basketball, how most people measure success is simply points, right? Shot went in the basket. If I closed my eyes and hucked it over my head backwards and it went in, then it was a good shot. Smarter people measure success in basketball as field goal percentage, right? So like if I took 100 shots but only made one of them, that percentage is going to show up as 1%, and it's not a good shot to take, right? And fairly common standard is the 180 shooters, actually, what I like to use for field goal percentage. So you have 40% from three and 50% from 2-point range and 90% from free throw. And if you stack up those three numbers, it gives you 180%, but they're not cumulative. That's where the 180 shooter concept come from. And I like that. It's like a good ideal standard to have, but it still doesn't give you as much intelligence, as much info as I'd like you to have. And that's what we're going to talk about with points per shot value. And then the second deeper layer of this is more psychological. How do you actually measure success in anything? So, there's a lot of peer pressure in your age group, a lot of societal measures of success, whether it be getting A+ grade on your academics, whether it be scoring 20 points per game in basketball, whether it's, being the cool guy or the hip girl, whatever the term is for the young people nowadays. I'm not with it anymore. But being in the in crowd is often an external measure of success that someone else has given you and you're going along with without really ever thinking about it. And what that leads to, in my experience, is a lack of control, both the feeling of having no control and in reality, having no control over your success, because it's an external standard that's applied to you really without any input or, adaptability or customization to actually fit who you are and what you do best and what you enjoy doing. And therefore you can get way off track, putting a lot of effort into things that other people see as success if you achieve them, but it doesn't actually give you anything. It doesn't make you feel fulfilled or feel successful. And it can also give you a huge volatility of emotions and how you feel about yourself and your sense of self-worth. And why I talk about this is a lot of that stacks up to a lack of confidence. You feel like you don't have control. You feel like you're trying to pursue someone else's standard of success. You're going to be way up and down roller coaster of emotion based on, temporary circumstances and performance. So bringing it back to basketball, if the standard is to make every shot from your coach and to have 0 turnovers for a game, then every shot you miss and every mistake you make means you could be subbed out of the game right away. And you feel like you have no control over that. And so what I see from players is kind of jumping on yourself, self-criticism to get ahead of the coach criticizing you, right? So like you'll mentally, verbally kick yourself after a missed shot to prevent other people from jumping on you. But again, that's all tied back to someone else's standard. And, that brings about a big up and down, emotion, and actually affects your basketball enjoyment and your performance and everything else that we want to be progressing and improving. If you feel like you have no control, you're trying to meet this impossible standard sometimes that coaches lay out for you, and you're trying to kick yourself to prevent the coach from, not physically but mentally, psychologically, verbally maybe kicking you for mistakes, your performance is going to go up and down all the time no matter what. There's way too many variables in the chaos of basketball for you to have any control over that. But if you're having this sense of no control, your emotions are going to go up and down based on your performance. You miss a shot, oh my gosh, my life sucks and I should quit now. I make a shot, I'm riding high, and I'm, chest bumping everybody, and I'm doing my 3-point celebration after main shot. Whatever it is, you're going to be way up and down, and that's going to affect your performance, and it's really going to affect, coaches' higher level coaches' perception of your maturity and your ability to play. So if you're in seventh, eighth, ninth grade and your high school coach is watching your huge ups and downs and emotions and volatility of performance, they're going to be less likely to really see you as an asset they can bring on their team in high school. So all of this is kind of subconscious, several layers deep in psychology, but it really has an on the court result, which is what I try to tie everything back to.